Hey everyone, this is the Live Discussions with Diamond podcast, and I am your host, Diamond Rivera, coming all the way from New York City. Everyone, I hope everyone is having an amazing Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday, and the weekend is approaching. And today, I have two very, very special guests from my city that I absolutely adore. And we're taking our talents all the way to the Dallas area and really here as well in the Dallas scene, which is so rich, whether it's salsa, bachata, kizomba, it's time to also promote Zouk. And these two ladies that I have here who are representing the Dallas Zouk scene amazingly are here tonight to speak more about that and also some upcoming events out in Dallas. And I have the pleasure to announce that we have here the one and only Dina and Alejandra.
Hi,
Hi.
Diamond. Hi.
Hello, hello, ladies. First of all, I want to thank you both for coming on to the podcast. It really means a lot. Our paths haven't fully crossed as of yet, personally, but we've been in the same circles. But more than anything, I just really thank you both for coming on to the podcast.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
for having us.
No, absolutely. I mean, even as we've talked privately, for me, seeing more female representation, especially with organizers, promoters, that's something I'm really, really pushing. So, at least before we get started into everything that's happened currently, my first question for both of you is just how's your 2022 going?
It's busy, but we love it.
Yes, I would fully support this answer. It is crazy. It is busy. There is no time to just have some relaxation, but it is all about dancing. And every month bringing something new. And every step when you make back, bring 10 steps that you have to make forward. And 2022 for me is uncomparable to anything else.
Man, I mean, and as well for both of you, seeing as well in the Dallas scene, which has been blossoming over the years, something we've talked about really that is touching is the Zouk scene. I mean, Dallas has so much to offer, and I've slowly started to see over this past year or two, Zouk slowly gaining more and more steam.
Yes.
So, for my question to both of you is, what is it like to be some of the key components in helping bring Zouk into Dallas?
You start.
Like I've always liked souk, but I knew that Dallas didn't have like a souk scene. But
Mhm.
when I met my friends, the Hamalios, they show me how amazing it is. And so I would always try to bring them, and their energy is incredible. So that's actually how I met Dina. Dina
Mm.
found out about the Hamalios coming to Dallas after she was a big fan of them. And I happened to organize their event last year, and I
Mhm.
get a payment from Dina. And it's like, oh, here's the payment for the workshops. And she sends me a message. Oh my God, I can't believe you're bringing them. This is the best thing ever. I come back to my idols are here. And I'm like,
I couldn't
I'm
believe that.
glad.
um, hey, I mean,
And I started living in Alex's house because I had
She was
private
at
with
my
them
house
every day.
every day.
oh my God. I
Every
mean,
day.
hey,
This is how we got together, actually.
Dude, it's just like if you ever, like, I don't know if you have met them, but once you meet them you understand why. Like, their
mhm,
energy is incredible. So they could make anybody fall in love with souk, and it's amazing.
mm. And what about you, Dina?
Well, I started learning Zouk during the quarantine. I spent my COVID times in Russia, and I was happy enough to find a very good teacher, Giorgio Mariano there. I learned how to dance. I saw a lot of videos of absolutely gorgeous Brazilian dancers and wanted to be looking like them. And when I returned to the US, suddenly I found out that some of these gorgeous artists are coming in 2 weeks after my return. And I'm like, I cannot believe that I'm so lucky. And now, can
Mhm.
you imagine, like, very soon, all those people whose videos I was watching are coming to Dallas too. So it is less than a year past, and this is where we are.
Yeah, I mean, we've come so far over the last 2 years. Of course, I mean, even at one point in certain cities, like no socials, no gatherings, no events happening, and seeing now in 2022, we've definitely been growing, and for me as well, seeing the growth, especially in Dallas, especially Texas. Texas for me is like, I feel is one of the dance hubs.
It has
Dance.
so much potential, so much, and especially because it is a drive and whatnot, but we are able to drive to each other.
Yes.
Like we're able to drive to Austin, we're able to drive to Houston, and even San Antonio. That's like a little farther. You're able to
Mhm.
drive.
It's true. And but it's interesting because I feel even with Texas, in certain cities, there's the popular dance. There's Houston salsa,
Yes.
Dallas bachata, Austin bachata with some salsa, and also zouk. But for me as well, I would definitely say that Dallas has given so much to me, but also just seeing how Dallas has been growing over the years. You're seeing people now coming to Dallas
Oh
just
yeah,
to enjoy the events that we have or that you guys have out there.
we're
So
trying.
my question to you then, to you both actually, was when you start, was there a moment when learning Zouk or getting introduced kind of into this world, that moment of like, I got it? Like, you're learning over time. Has that moment hit yet?
It's like in a way, yes, but Souk is so complicated that there's always so much to learn. Like
Yes.
so much to learn. So just when you think you got something, you're like, wait, there's like this whole other thing to learn. And then just like trying to find the right instructor for you also, like
Mhm.
everybody's different. Everybody teaches different, and you kind of figure out for yourself who you want to go learn from, and then learn from as many people as you can, because everybody has something different.
Absolutely.
Like for me, I think like I said, the Hamalios have just been special because every year they're consistent. Like when they have a tour, they make a week to just come to Dallas, and they
Mhm.
message me like months in advance, this is the week we're coming to Dallas. And like last year, actually, we weren't even gonna have workshops for them. It just kind of happened, and oh my god, they did amazing. So
Man.
it just kind of brought in this energy that made me and Dina want to kind of help grow the scene. And
Mhm.
just talking to Raquel and them, we were like, well, let's try a festival and let's start it small.
Yeah.
Very budgeted on this one, but we're trying to be very smart. So we all bring in something. We all bringing something to make it amazing. Like Dina is a freaking mastermind. Like she will do all the numbers and all the things,
Yeah.
all the stuff that I'm not that great at. I'm kind of like the organizer, like party, like okay, this is what we're gonna do, and then this is what we're gonna.
Mm.
And Dina's like, okay, and then sometimes I'll go a little crazy, and she'll be like, okay, hold on, let's do
Balance.
this.
There has to be a balance.
And then we have the Hamalios who just bring this energy of like, so actually Raquel
Mhm.
organizes two events, which is why she has so much experience, which we love because we're just learning.
Yeah.
Uh, she has a festival in Rio, New Year's,
Mm.
and then she has another one in Berlin.
A new one.
So, and this one is the first one that they're organizing with us in the US. So the first festival that they ever have a part in the US.
Wow. I mean, hey, and I have to say before Dina, before you go on, what's really amazing to hear, especially is understanding the balance between all of you, is what you said, the word budget. Because, and that is so key because a lot of festival organizers I've met over the years, a lot of them go full out. First one, and that's where you kind of hit your negative.
Yeah.
And like you said, balancing it out, having that balance, having a budget, having things in order is going to make your event run successful. Don't get me wrong, you'll have your own event and you'll probably be scrambling everywhere. And then by the
Yeah.
time you look at your watch, it's the Monday. But I
Yeah.
mean, for you, Dina, as well, and kind of really the same question with that I had for Alejandra. For you, when you started dancing, was there a moment, or when you got into this type of genre of dance, was there ever a moment that you're like, okay, I got this? Or, of course, like Alejandra, we're always a student of the game, but for you, was there ever a moment like you went from just
I
slowly
think
understanding?
when I started taking privates with the Hamalios, the way they broke it down was, I don't know, something just clicked. Also, I took a private with William Tetseda, and that
Yes.
helped a lot. So I think like damn, those privates have been very impactful because like I don't know, it's just the way they can see what I am
You
not
can't.
understanding. And like being like, okay, try this. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God. So, but they gave me something like a little better foundation thanks to them.
Okay.
She likes. Named the best artist and said, after privates with them, yes, I had the feeling I got it. Like, of course.
Like, no, but it's true. Like,
It's true.
some people learn okay in group classes. I'm more of a private person. Like, I want you to look at me and tell me what I need to work on, because in a group class it's hard for them to actually focus on you. They have so many people and they have to keep it moving. So for me myself, I love privates.
Okay. What about for you, Dina?
Well, for me, Zouk was a little bit torturous in the very
Mhm.
beginning when I just started, because my teacher, and I also took privates, always learned Zouk only from privates. He was very demanding in a Brazilian manner. He was merciless.
Oh my God. I'm glad you stayed because most people would run.
Yes, because he was Brazilian, he was taught like that, and he was in Russia, where,
Mm,
right? You either learn or you don't pay money. Why would you waste your money, right? It's not about being nice there. So he taught me like that, and he gave me very difficult moves from the very beginning, because he saw that with time I could do that.
mhm.
So I didn't have the feeling that I get it for several months. But finally, when he gave me something very, very, very difficult, and I was able to do that, and he suddenly returned to the easier moves, for me,
Yeah.
like, okay, I can do them very easily. Second, I got it click was here in Dallas when I came back, and I started dancing at private classes with Joao. Uh,
Mhm.
Sometimes he gives me the feeling of flow when my body mechanics is absolutely proper. Uh, then all the moves feel like very right.
Yes.
You have that. You feel immediately when you're doing that right. So that was my second time. But again, I'm just an intermediate, and I want to
Mhm.
grow more and more. I want to feel absolutely free while I'm dancing with whoever, to be able to enjoy the dance, because this is my passion, to enjoy the dance. So in order to do that, just imagine how much I should grow.
I mean, absolutely. So my question to both of you now is, what was that first dance like? We're talking at a social event, whether it's in Russia, whether it's in Dallas area, dancing Zouk for the first time with maybe someone you've never met. What was that? Was it kind of the fairy tale? Everything went beautiful, or were there kind of some bumps along the way?
Okay, I can answer. I remember this. Well, learning in Russia, we were in COVID times. We didn't have socials, and I didn't dance
Yes.
there at socials. So my first social Zouk was when I returned to the US and went to
Mhm.
Miami, to Fort Lauderdale for Sensual Festival.
Yes.
And I had a dance with Bruno from Bruno and Faye couple,
Mhm.
and he was so kind to me that he actually let me feel good with all those moves that I knew back then. Uh,
Mhm.
I was so impressed by how good I can look and how beautifully I can move, that I actually went for a week to Orlando to take privates with them from their
Mm.
couple. That is how much impressed I became after my first great social dance.
She was like, I'm
Okay.
leaving to Orlando. And I
Sorry.
was like, okay.
Okay, I hope you come back. And
She stayed almost for a week.
oh
I
my
mean,
god,
Miami people are amazing. If you go there and if you meet them and dance with them, oh my gosh, it's difficult to leave that place.
oh my god. And what about you, Alejandra? Was it kind of that same approach?
uh, so honestly, like, I think once I started actually kind of like getting a better, foundation and stuff, and then I was able to actually
Mhm.
like enjoy the dances. Um,
Yes.
it was just, I don't know. It's like I'm trying to think because I've had so many amazing dances, and I don't know which one was the one that was like, oh my god, this is it. But
Yeah.
there's just since I've done it for like so many years on it, like not as consistent as I wish I would have, because Dallas doesn't have the scene as big. But
Mhm.
just in different events, I've gotten so many amazing dances, and that's when you're like, okay, this dance is incredible. Like, it has so much energy.
No, you're definitely right because I have to be honest with you. I love bachata, but something about zouk is just it's
Yeah.
really a different world when people say that. But also, I have to say the people within that world make it even more unique
Yes.
because the
Yeah, and that's why we fit in so perfect with the Hamalios. Like this is why like we hope this event to give everybody an experience, like that experience where they're like, wow, what an amazing dance. So actually it was kind of like my idea in the planning. So
Mhm.
I don't know if you're familiar with the Essence of Dance Social.
Yes, I am very familiar with that.
So our festival will be combined with the Essence of Dance Social on Saturday.
Awesome.
Because I want the Zookers to fall in love with the Dallas dance scene, and I want the
Mm.
Dallas dance scene to fall in love with a real Zook event. Like, how much more perfect can that get?
Exactly.
And like, Arturo was actually the one who gave us the opportunity to have a Zook Kizomba room in his social. Because
Mhm.
the Hamalios were coming last year, it happened to be the same weekend as his. Why would I ever try to like fight his event? That's incredible. Instead, I mentioned it to him, and he was like, I can give you a room to work with. And he did. And, we've been polishing it little by little, with different people helping us. And
Mhm.
we'll have like an introductory class. So we'll have like 1 month we'll have Souk, 1 month we'll have Kizomba, and then we'll have one Kizomba DJ, one Souk DJ, and we try to like play music for both of the genres to be able to dance in one place because we want them to for that place. It's the scene is not big enough to where we were able to have our own Souk room. So
Mhm.
we wanted the Kizomberos to come and support too. So we try to work the room so that it's friendly for both genres, and we try to have great energy, amazing music. So what I love about it is that if you play the right music, the people
Yes.
from the salsa and bachata room start coming in,
Exactly.
and because they love the music, they just start watching people dance, and they're like,
Yes, I've been
wait,
curious.
I can dance like that to Bad Bunny,
Uh-huh.
or like,
Oh.
you know what I mean?
And
And
let me mention a couple of words about the social because some of our listeners can be outside of Texas. So
Mhm.
dance is a huge social, biggest social in Texas actually, that is created by Arturo and his team by Ballard Studio, and this social monthly collects from 300 to 450 people.
Wow.
Bachateros, salseros, people from other cities come travel to Dallas to take part in that. And you guys, if you want to come, it is the fourth Saturday every month. The Dallas crowd is great. You will find dancers of all levels dancing together.
it
The
feels like a
atmosphere friendly.
festival.
It's like a festival, exactly.
It feels like a festival.
Because you got performances, you got the social. It's like a mini congress almost.
Two huge rooms. Yes.
You
Oh
have
my god.
so much dancing that night.
And that's special too because interesting how you brought up how it Dallas how it started in a small room and slowly it's growing. In New York, it was the same way with bachata and zouk.
Need
It
someone
was
to
in a
give us the opportunity, something to work with. And if we just were smart, we put the right energy, we make people love the energy, then they'll actually want to come check it out. And then, if they need a break, they go salsa and bachata.
Yes.
And then once
yeah.
they come check it out, and they can dance everything.
Oh
And
no, you're definitely right. But let me ask you both a question though. What I for and I have to be honest, like we love the good in the dance and the connection. But what have been some of the kind of troubles and people learning Zouk? Like when we're on a social dance floor, what is kind of some pinpoints of advice to people to help create the best connection possible? Because I see
Any-
guys, I see men, females, leads, follows, but I see a lot of leads just whipping people around sometimes. Like
Yeah,
what is some advice that you both can give for leads?
just don't force anything. Like
Mm.
listen to your follow. Like if she's not gonna do the cambray, like moves, if she's not gonna do like the head movement, don't force it because you don't know if these people may have like a neck pain or something.
Yes.
Because souk, if it's especially if it's not led right, it can hurt people
Mhm.
because it can be forceful, and just like doing the wrong technique can hurt someone who is not, who has back problems or something. So
Gotcha.
more than anything, just listen to your follow, and don't force anything. And the same thing with the follow, like if you're learning or anything, like wait, just
Don't dip yourself, please. Don't dip yourself.
exactly. Like, do you want to explain a little more about the follow thing?
Yes, and actually about leads too.
Yes.
So I have danced with many leads from bachata who try to
Mhm.
lead bachata moves that are looking like zouk on me, and I can clearly see the difference between the styles.
Mhm.
So when you done zouk, as it is technically so difficult, you are taught proper body mechanics. So we all have the same joints, we all have the same bones, we all have the same muscles, and zouk actually teaches how to operate all these useful tools.
Mhm.
Sometimes guys are learned patterns and they try to repeat the pattern how it looks like, but not how it feels like. That's why the feeling from bachata leading and zouk leading is so different. So dancing with a good follow, who these guys see can follow some difficult stuff, they are eager to try it with her, right? Or with him. However, they forget that they are not knowledgeable about body mechanics, about how body works. That's why, unless you have been specially trained, try to done zouk with follows without head moves first. Head moves is just an embellishment in zouk. It's not a goal, believe me. Zouk can be amazing fire dance without a single head move. Head move is additional bonus that you can enjoy when.
Mm.
So, to all my leads, please don't enforce your followers into anything they're not comfortable with if you don't know how to fix that.
And
I
follow, don't do it on your own.
Don't do it on your own.
yes, yes. Well, and we can say no in different languages. We can say no in English. We can say no in Russian, niet. We can say it in Spanish, no, nada.
It's
But
just no.
listen, no means no because I mean, listen, I totally and me as a videographer, I tell so many people you don't even know how much footage I don't put out because I have to look back. And I think it helps me because, especially in Zouk, something I'm becoming more and more passionate about as a filmer, because I feel filming it just gives a different depth. Like you said, without even a head roll, a head movement, it can still come out beautifully. And that's my thing is I want people as well when they're taking classes to stop trying to just do what they see in a class and then implement it on the dance floor, maybe with someone who was at the class or not at the class. Because that's what I see too is I'll see them learn an exchange or they'll learn a combination and then immediately when that music comes on, it's like, all right, let's try it out. Let's try it out all night. And like you said, it's not just the leads, it is the follows because the follows lack the confidence in that lead, and that's where I think when more people have better communication, it makes things much easier. And
Yeah.
I bet Dina, my question to you then is have you ever had, or actually this question is for both of you, have you ever had to actually stop a dance? Was there ever a moment like I'm not doing this anymore?
I had, but it was about harassment. It was not about my safety. So once I was forcefully kissed on the dance
Hmm.
floor, and I stopped the dance. It was the only time when I stopped the dance. In other cases, when, for example, I am led to something that
Hmm.
I am not prepared to, or I know that the lead doesn't know how to manage me if I go too deep, as deeply as he wants me to, or, for example, do some body moves that he tries to
Yes.
initiate but doesn't know how to deal with it. I just don't do that. I just smile and relax my body to the extent where he cannot do anything with my body. Or if he tries to pushes me,
Mm.
I can attention and I can stop prevent him from that. If he doesn't understand that, I put the hand on his chest and say, chill, let's do something else. I communicate.
Yes.
You don't.
I'm Russian, I use words that I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, I appreciate it. What about you, Alejandra?
I try not to follow crazy moves that I don't feel comfortable with.
Hmm.
And then, as long as they kind of get the hint and don't hurt me, then, we can keep dancing and finish the dance and stuff. Um, I don't know if I've ever actually had to stop an actual dance because someone was actually hurting me really bad.
She starts backleading if
No, I
she's
went.
forced something.
It's crazy. No, I'm just kidding. But it's just like I gotta protect my body, and so I'm like, hey, if I do feel like if someone did do something where I'm like, okay, this person's really gonna hurt me, then I would be like, hey, I'm sorry. It's just either you bring it back to basics or you
Yes.
can't do it.
No, I totally understand. In these conversations, a lot of us we do have, but usually privately or in
Yeah.
the hotel room at a congress or festival. Like, did you see what happened? Avoid this person. And for me, being the videographer that then has conversations with people like you both, it's important because a lot of times people say if they don't know, they can't grow. So a lot of times the follower who is that victim of being led wrong, getting hurt, a lot of times, and I've had these conversations, they'll tell me like, I don't want that person to feel bad. But
Yeah.
sometimes you just have to be honest. I don't think it's feeling bad. It's just being honest because Alejandra, you said it perfectly. You don't want to get hurt. Who
Yeah.
goes to an event for 4 to 5 hours to get hurt?
And pays, right? To get hurt.
Yes. and listen, for me as well, Dina, hearing your story, it is troubling. For me, especially in the Dallas Bachata Festival, I tell my media team all the time, be that line of defense for someone.
Yes.
Talk to people, have that communication and tell them, hey, if you feel uncomfortable, let someone know. Because again, when people can say like, oh, I can find a source of just outreach, that helps. So now, before we get into our last question, one question I have for Alejandra, and I would love to also get Dina's input, is what has been that journey like for you, Alejandra, now stepping into the DJ role?
Oh my god. So it all started because I wanted like okay, so our only like suit DJ at the time I think was kind of Joao, which is also
Hmm.
an instructor, which is also our best lead in Dallas. I was like, well, okay, so if we're gonna be a team, I
Hmm.
cannot have him teach and DJ and dance with people. So I was telling him, I was like, hey, how about you start guiding me into like learning how to play music? I love music. I have always loved music. I love
Hmm.
collecting music. And I'm like, okay, I would love to dance to this. And I was like, my only thing is like, how do I start? And then so he started guiding me and he gives me homework and which I'm not the best with homework, but I'm
He's
trying.
listening.
Yes, but I'm trying. He guides me really well, and so this is why I can't wait to learn more from like Raquel and like other people because I really want to work on transitioning smooth, like, and then if I just use the music that I already know that is good, and I can just learn to transition it. I can create an atmosphere for everybody to dance and just have an amazing time. And sometimes, like, music is such a big part of an event.
Oh, yes.
Hmm.
Like, music can make it or break it. And
That is true.
I've been to events, like, I go out all the time, and music can make it or break it, the atmosphere. And so I wanted to make sure that, okay, I can have amazing music, but who's going to be dancing with my follows? You know?
Mm.
Wow, can be like
Everywhere, yeah.
everywhere. So I was like, I'll play music, I'll be like, my transitions won't be the best at first, I'll work on it. But at least you'll have good music to dance to, and we can get these people actually feeling what souk is supposed to feel like.
Mm.
Because once you get a good song and you get a good lead, you're just like,
It is
what?
divine
It is
experience.
amazing. And that's what I want these people to start, understanding. And I'm like, okay, I can, sacrifice my dancing a little bit for it
Yeah.
to start kind of like having him out there dancing with all these people.
And I should mention that a very important thing that Alejandra did, actually two things to appreciate here.
Mm.
So, music of Alejandra is something that people know and like. So she somehow mixes that with Brazilian songs and with classic Zouk songs
Yeah.
and everything which is popular songs, but with Zouk beat. So she somehow sells Zouk to people as something that they can use everywhere at any bar. They can go and dance there.
I love mixing in souk music, like Brazilian songs with
Yes.
like mainstream music. And
Mm.
I can't tell you how many people came up to me at the Essence of Dance and were like, "Oh my God, you're playing my song. This is my song, and I can dance to it." And we had so many people like come and check it out, and I had Dina and be like, "Girl, you leading? Come on!" And then so she also Joao's a fireman also, so that's another thing why I wanted to learn to DJ, because his schedule's all over the place. So he will work for 24 hours and then rest 48 hours, and they're always different days, so I can't have like a consistent day where he'll be there every week.
Now let me somehow interrupt you.
Oh yeah.
So that's why what the second thing that I love about Ali, what she does, she's like, I want to dance too. When Joao is working, I want to dance too. I don't want to DJ all the time. So what she does, she goes to all the best Dallas bars and recruits the best DJs, educates them how to dance zouk, how to play zouk, which music with which speed, how to mix. And actually, we have found Pedro Positiva, who is amazing DJ and plays at our monthly Monday zouk.
Yeah, we have
social.
a monthly zouk social.
She found another one, another DJ, actually two DJ in Casablanca bar. So she does those tours.
I love exploring Dallas. So one thing that I do with like my closest people, I will drag them out. I will be like, hey, place that looks amazing in Dallas. And if there happens to be good music and we want to dance, we're going to dance.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't you?
Exactly. Like, I'm like, come on. So we've danced at places like Casablanca, the rooftop bar. There's like so many. Dallas has so much nightlife to offer. And it's actually really fun. But, we're not like the people that like to go and just get drunk and stuff.
Yeah.
Once in a while it's okay, but not all the time. But we love to dance. And sometimes, like, if you find a good place with a great atmosphere and amazing music, and we're just like, you want to dance? We just start dancing.
And one time recently, we started dancing zouk, and suddenly we were invited by the guys. I have never seen those guys, and they appear to be great zoukers from out of town. And we didn't plan anything. We just met in a beautiful place.
So yeah, I think one time we were showing Walter, the original Black Power Ranger, around Dallas. So I took him around to like some rooftop bars, and I was showing him all the amazing things that Dallas has added to the nightlife.
Yeah.
Like, hey, let's do one night of not dancing, and we go check it out. Then Dina joined us after dinner. And we went to like some amazing rooftop bars, and then we ended up on another one that closed later because like I know how to manage the schedule. I'm like, okay, this one closes at this time, so we'll start here, and then we'll go here, and then we'll finish at the one that closes the latest.
Oh my God, just bar hopping.
Yes, and then so
high quality bar hopping.
And then we go there, and like we start dancing with him, and then all of a sudden another zouker who was in town sees us and starts asking her to dance, and she's like, okay. And then all of us are like,
oh my God, that's
Oh, I mean, hey, this is how it works. It's really networking. But what I love about you both is that grassroots approach. It doesn't feel forced, meaning is like within this community that is still growing, like you said, you're going to places and networking, and you're also bringing that other style of entertainment or those DJs that do clubs, bringing them now to the zouk scene and meshing that together. So, I mean, I definitely think that's really special because there's not a lot of people that would do that. There's people that would just say, we got what we got, and that's it.
No. If you think about that, it's the only way to grow without spending too many resources of your own, like your money, your time, right, your efforts. So you'd rather find other people who are interested in that and delegate some of the things, because zouk is the thing that people fall in love so easily, and zouk brings you joy, and it starts returning your efforts very fast. Like you get so much happiness from that. Even our DJs that Alejandra has recruited, they love zouk, and they started learning how to zouk.
We actually have one of them at the festival for the parties, which is the one that we have DJ our Monday social.
He's Brazilian.
He's Brazilian, and that's why I recruited him. So I saw this guy online, and I was like, well, he's Brazilian. It seems like he plays good music. So he
DJ
has
Positivo.
he has a girlfriend, and I was like, well, I gotta take a group of people so there's no misunderstanding that I just want to do
Yeah.
this.
Yes.
I'm just here for business. So I took Joao and another friend, and we're like, okay, we're gonna talk to him. They were like, do you know him? I was like, not really. Okay, so
But
Hey, I mean,
it's just a 1 minute question,
so I
yeah.
approached him, and he has gone above and beyond for us. He actually does video DJing
Hmm.
for our event, because we also network with the hangout guy, which we met through Jay, who does an amazing event every Thursday. So we were like, this place is amazing. And Souk is not salsa and bachata. So we cleared it with all of them, and they gave us a go, and we were like, let's start. I mean, at first it's investment, but if we don't start, we're never gonna get there. So so the first night, oh my god, I was so tired from other. Anyway, so I told the DJ, okay, so basically you don't know anything about Souk, but if you just play me reggaeton and like R&B and stuff like that, and just kind of like slow it down.
Yeah.
First, he was good, but he didn't know how to adjust to the dancers. So I sent him a couple of demos of like kind of what I was looking for, which were Raquel's sets. Anyway, so he listened to them, and the next week he adjusted, and every week he keeps improving into like, yeah. And he always playing like my song. So everything he plays, I'm like, that's my song.
Yeah. See, hey, that's how things grow.
Yeah. And that venue is amazing. So as he's DJing, the videos start mixing with each other. It is so.
All right.
Yeah, if you're ever in town, come check it out, because it is something amazing.
I definitely would love to.
And that will be our after party for the festival.
For the festival, yes.
Okay. I mean, hey, and that's a special thing, realizing kind of how it all started and where it's headed now.
Yes.
So now actually it helps us transition to our last segment called the randoms, which is some questions that I have here. And since both of you are here, it'll be even more fun. So before all I need to know is when you ladies are ready.
We are.
Okay,
All right. let me throw a hardball. I'm gonna throw a hardball question at you right now for both of you. So first question is, give me your pet peeve at a social as a dancer.
Not enough leads.
Hey.
Yes. That's one thing we've been trying to work with, and we were trying to
consciously,
get,
yes.
we had started like some lead intensives with Joao, because who better to learn from in Dallas than Joao?
And we will continue
to
that
teach them
after the festival.
So right now we've just been busy to pick it back up, but we do want to continue to grow the leads and polish them, and he will do amazing polishing them, and he's always learning himself, so everything relevant. But yes, leads.
No, choose your pet peeve. Come on.
I agree with you. We don't agree always, but I do.
Hey, that is perfectly fine, because trust me, I've heard everything from hygiene, connection. Yes.
Hygiene.
Because we know what it's like to dance with the sweatiest.
With a Souk dance that is so
connected.
Close. I think sometimes people are just not aware, or like nobody gives them feedback. But like also, if you are going to give feedback, do it nicely. These people don't want to be offended either.
Yeah.
So we've actually have had, we're not saying names or anything. We're not.
Yeah, no, of course.
But we have actually had a couple of people who we brought it up to, just because we want them to grow, and we want people to dance with them because they are improving as dancers. And we don't want people to not dance with them just because there's like a misunderstanding that they didn't know or forgot to, put deodorant on or something.
Yes.
Just do that. And then, people will actually enjoy dancing with you because you're getting better. And so they were very receptive. I try to be very nice when I said it, because I really did care about them. I was I don't want them to be hurt, but I want to help them. And Dina said the same thing, and we actually talked about it. We were like, how do we say it without being mean? But yes, guys, please hygiene, because this is such a close dance.
I want to hug you guys, but if something is wrong, I just cannot.
No, I totally understand. You ladies, do you have the you Dina, even being from Russia, you have that southern hospitality. Us Northerners, we can handle it to a certain point, and I've seen people literally say like just like leave the dance floor because of something like that. But hey, I think again, if anyone who is going to an event, just hold yourself accountable. Have a great time, network with people, whatever you want to do, but make the dances enjoyable and connect when need to. All right, next question. If you could have one last meal right now, what would it be?
For me, tres leches. If it is last meal, I don't have to go to the gym after that, right?
Yes.
Tres leches then.
That's dessert. She's like, I'm going straight for dessert. I mean,
I cannot eat American desserts, but Mexican desserts are so nice.
Really? You can't eat American desserts?
My taste receptors are different because in Europe we do not put so much sugar in everything.
Oh,
so
that is true. That
American
is true.
desserts are too sweet and I cannot enjoy them.
overwhelming.
Yes, overwhelming. And it is not like I cannot enjoy them. But Mexican tres leches, if done properly, especially Cuban, oh my God.
Oh my God, you're giving me. Oh my God, you're making my mouth water. What about you, Alejandra?
I love food. Why you gotta ask me this? Honestly, I wouldn't be able to choose just one. As long as you give me like something good. I love Thai food. I love Mexican food. I love Peruvian. I love,
Ooh.
well, just give me good food.
She
And
wants
I'm
one
like,
last feast,
Yeah, let me.
Hey, I don't blame you, but I can go for myself some lomo saltado, Peruvian. So I mean, the options are endless. All right,
Yes.
absolutely. So next question that I have here for both of you is: you are right now at your favorite Congress, social event, whatever that event is, and you can dance with one person. Who is that?
Mm.
I think it will be Walter from Walter and Larissa.
Okay.
Yeah, she screamed when we.
Can you imagine? I was watching all those videos. It was like the couple that I really liked when I started dancing Zouk. They motivate me so much, of course.
And what about you, Alejandra?
Man, I don't know. There's
I
like
know.
so many. Probably it would be. I love dancing with William. Let's say that.
Oh, gotcha. Yes.
Incredible. Yes, and I also, but you can't give me just one though. Like I love Renato's leading. I love Raquel's leading. Can't.
You see, he pressures us.
I know.
Hey, sometimes these questions are like that.
More than one favorite.
I know, of course. All right, our next question, our second to last question here. This should be interesting. This is going to be more of an interactive question. So I need you to describe each other in one word.
I would use the word bright because I don't know English analog for super bright as an atomic blown up. This is for I.
Gotcha. And then for you, Alejandra?
I think she's like people don't realize it, but I think Dina's a little mastermind.
Ooh.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's just like
The smile gives it away. It's like there's a plan there.
yes, and like I think that's why we work so well. Like I bring in like the fun, and she brings in like the reasoning.
Okay.
A little bit. So yeah.
Okay, and I appreciate that because Dina, I know what it's like when you are working with someone who has so many ideas and then they sound great, but then it's like, all right, let's bring it back down to earth and let's figure it out. Because
I tend to bring you down to earth.
No,
you
because
do that.
there has
energy. No,
there has been some ideas that I have made happen, and she's been a witness of it. Kind of like my Souk Monday. Like she was there when it came up in my head, and I approached it, and I made it happen, and it happened. And now we have a Souk only social every fourth Monday of the month.
Yeah, you cannot bring down high energy people like that who are so high potential and who are natural startuppers. You cannot bring their energy down. What you have to do is to create healthy context around them, nourishing context and calming down context, so the energy would be more balanced more
Mhm.
fruitful, and you kind of help them to go consistently rather than going like that. So this is
Mm.
my job.
No, I totally appreciate it. And it's interesting. We actually have a comment here from our friend Elvis Rodriguez saying try cinco leches.
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't even know there was a
Try
that's
that.
heaven. I'll take you.
Okay.
oh six. See, everything
Yes.
Yes, I agree.
all
Okay.
right. And now it brings us to our last question. And I know this question here is definitely going to make you think. So I know that you ladies have been to numerous events, danced endless hours. So if I'm going to ask you this, what is your favorite song to dance to?
Really?
Leave your door open.
Oh, the Bruno Mars Zouk remix.
Yes, I love dancing. Yes,
You can.
every time I have a private ritual, I would love to finish with this song. It is so beautiful and it is so
Mhm.
different.
I am learning to be a DJ. You can't ask me this. Like I
What?
have many
I
songs.
mean, we're taking away the DJ part. Let's
Oh,
break. Let's take a dancer. I know you're a DJ, but I mean,
um,
like,
I don't know. Like if I heard a song, I don't know what song it would be. Honestly, there's too many songs that I love. Too many, and then I'll be like hooked on a song for like a little bit, and then I'll hear
uh-huh.
another one, and I'm like, okay, you know,
Yeah.
I'm always been like that. I've always loved music. I've always like, if I tell you like when I was younger, I used to use LimeWire, and I'll be like, fucking no,
Ooh, LimeWire, Shazam, messing up my computer.
like I would download stuff, and then people be like, hey, can you put music in my iPod?
Ooh, wow. Back in those days.
Yeah, so you
Back in.
can't ask me that. Like I've always collected music.
No. Ask you her about that because she will send you like 10 playlists.
Yeah, I'll send you too many.
Hey.
If we start telling you my favorites, we're not gonna finish.
Oh my God. Hey, but I tell you this, one day I'm gonna revisit that question and hopefully you have one. Because trust me, I understand as a music enthusiast, there are so many songs to come to. And again, I really appreciate you both doing this segment. I usually do it at the end with all my guests. It's really lighthearted, but also informative. And
Yeah.
now it helps us transition actually to the conclusion of our talk tonight. And for me as well, Dina and Alejandra, I do have to say, even as we talked privately, I'm so just happy to see more and more female representation, whether it be from the dancing artist perspective, DJing perspective, organization perspective, and knowing as well that the event that you guys are a part of next week is not just you two, but it's also a collective of individuals coming together to bring this special event. Before we really head out, kind of give us an understanding of people to understanding to people of what can they expect at the detail everything you can about what everybody should expect for this upcoming
So
event.
if you are able to attend every event in the festival, I would suggest you do because we have thought of everything. Like, I mean, as with what we have to work with. Like pre-party, it's gonna be a blast. You'll get to
Mm,
meet the artist on a more personal level before the festival starts because it'll be more personal. When I
yes.
be in a like crazy loud place where you can't have a conversation. Um, and then classes start on Friday. Take as many classes as you can because these artists are incredible. And then you will learn so much that whatever you learn in those classes, you'll be able to use in the night social. Same thing.
Mm,
Saturday will be one of the craziest nights because it will be combined with Essence of Dance Social. You will be able to have only souk and lambada, but however, if you do want a break, you will be able to go downstairs and then to salsa or bachata
With
with
amazing.
incredible dancers. Like it will be amazing. And then the salsa and bachata people will be able to come and check out what the real souk festival can look like.
mm.
And then Sunday, we will have a pool party at the hotel. And oh, we have a little classes before. And then pool party. And then more dancing.
Hey.
Then on Monday, we're going to have the after party at the hangout, which is our,
Place to be.
yeah,
Was it-
our souk only social every fourth Monday of the month. And that place has so much space. The owner is incredible. The drinks, the food is good. Like, come hang out and come have a great time. You will not regret it.
The only thing that I wanted to add about that, you may have noticed that Alejandra mentioned parties, parties, parties. That
Mhm.
was the idea of this event. So this is the first event like that in Dallas, and we wanted to try first with limited amount of attendees,
Mhm.
in order for all of them to be able to dance with our artists. Just imagine, not many people, and one of the best artists in the world, and you can dance with them, no matter whether your level is advanced or beginner.
So at some point,
Yes.
you have a chance to dance with them. Like, like at some point, we'll get the chance to dance with them.
Another thing is the party. So we
Mhm.
about 18 Jack and Jill there because Raquel Ramalhos, she is part of Brazilian Council. However, this year we decided not to do that and concentrate on parties and make parties and partying with the artists and being close to that Brazilian energy, not only Zouk but also Lambada, and
Mhm.
feeling this fire of Brazilian dance, feeling how it feels at the beach because we will be having two pool parties. This was
Oh,
the idea of the festival.
man, that is amazing. And honestly, everyone, you have to check out the Dallas Zouk and Lambada Festival. I mean, again, Dallas is a beautiful, beautiful city, and people like yourselves are helping grow that city event by event. And I hope everyone can be able to attend. I myself would love to attend in the future. And ladies, I really appreciate you coming on to the podcast. This is
Thank you for
really been an amazing time connecting with you both. I definitely hope to see you ladies at the Dallas Bachata
you
Festival this
will.
year.
You
And
definitely
I promise, and this is a promise here, when they have a Zouk area, I'm going to talk to them. I'm there filming as well. We're going to give love to Bachata,
come
but
dance with us, Diamond.
We're gonna be there. Hey, and if you come before or after or anything, let us host you. We
I
show you
appreciate that.
around Dallas.
I love it. I appreciate you, ladies, and everyone. This has really been a very, very special and connecting episode of the Live Discussions with Diamond podcast, episode 225. And again, having Dina and Alejandra here from the Dallas area is really special. Everyone, thank you for tuning in. This episode will be featured on Spotify coming soon. You can also check out this episode on YouTube and Facebook. And guys, thank you again for tuning in. Stay safe. We'll see you soon.